Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to Stock Market Technical Analysis Daily. Here it is Wednesday, April the 28th, 2021. The preview you are seeing on screen, I believe it's still, at least the feed is a little bit delayed as usual, meaning between the live, what I'm doing, and which that you guys are seeing on the studio. There's a few seconds lapse on here. I'm seeing the quant analysis, the earning quant analysis document, me scrolling through it to go to the stock, the one and the only stock that at least giving us a direction this morning, because this market is literally nuts. I mean, the first couple of days of this week were very, very difficult to find a trend of on any type of stock. So let's, as usual, on here in our stock market technical analysis daily, let's quickly go through the ETFs, the exchange traded funds, the one that encompasses the most of the stock in the markets to get a sense of a potential direction. So let's start with SPY. But before I do that, let's say hello, greet the traders inside of the live chat. Good morning, Mr. Joe from Tampa Bay. Good morning, Miss Jelu. Beautiful Gates, welcome, and as well as JD Snock. Thank you, guys. And if you have a stock that you want us to take a look at, just tap it in the window and we will gladly take a look at that on here. All right, so it's currently 5:55 a.m. Pacific time in Southern California, 8:55 in New York and Toronto. We are approaching about 1 p.m. in the beautiful city of London, where we have a few of our traders trading from as well. All right, so here's SPY. The one thing, though, there's a lot of things to be said about SPY. Well, one of the things we can say about SPY, okay, today is Wednesday, so for us, if you don't know, we have SPY as a default trade on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, right? So the last few hours, especially today, I mean, today it's uh, the strategy is fitting because from an economic calendar, we have the Fed chairman speaking exactly starting at 2:30 Eastern time, meaning 90 minutes away from the close of the regular trading session. You know, SPY and the other ETF, they trade an extra 15 minutes after the market close, right? So I'm not hopefully I'm not telling you anything new on here. So yes, we will expect a lot of volatility on the U.S. equity stock market starting at 2:30 Eastern. So typically on a day like this one, market makers, they will know this. So the first 90 minutes of the session, we're bound to see some movement, especially since this is earnings season, right? But let's say from 12 Eastern, the time being Eastern thereabout, we can expect the market to just be in a waiting pattern, because every single word that the chairman, Mr. J. Paul, will be ushering out of his mouth, the algorithm will always interpret that in either direction. So that creates a lot of volatility. So the smart way to trade on here is definitely the first, no more than the first 2 hours of this trading session, and then unless the stock is really making any type of significant move, but the rest of the market will be in a waiting pattern for about a couple of hours until 2:30. So the statement will come at the statement, actually, the FOMC, a Federal Open Market Committee. That's what it stands for, FOMC. If this is the first time that you're hearing it, we shared with some of you, I believe, on this. Not I believe, it was a morning on here. I think it was last one, where we studied the movement of SPY around this FOMC. And so if that's something that you missed out, you may want to check that video in our library of video here on YouTube. So because on that day, the market moved in one direction. It was a Wednesday. It's always on Wednesday that the Fed make their statement about the policies, right? And the press conference is always at 2:30 Eastern time. So then then from my remark was that, okay, folks, we may want to be buying puts here in preparation for Thursday. And then Thursday came and we had a big sell-off. People were asking, how do you know that? It's quantitative analysis just based on probability, and you can study the chart or SPY on its behavior on those days. If you don't, this is something that you miss out, you may want to check that video on there. We give instruction how to do that. So for us, definitely the next 2 days on here, they are going to be significant for this week. That's the end of the month is always like this. So yesterday, SPY, the last couple of days, SPY hasn't moved at all. SPY hasn't moved at all. This is the range. Maybe let's go a different time frame here, because the candles are so tiny on the daily chart. You're like, yes, believe it. SPY has been stuck literally after last week closing. I mean, it did most of the sideways, though there was movement on Friday. Right, the size of the candle is what tells us, give us the movement. This is the hourly chart of SPY yesterday. Yaks. Yes. The 23rd here. So each candle here represents 1 hour. So the 23rd, we had movement. So the 23rd was Friday. Friday. That's correct. So we came back on the 26th, and then yesterday was 27. Today is the 28th. This is the hourly chart over the last couple of days. Nothing at all. It started here. Yeah, just sideways action on here, but that's fine. Well, actually, on Monday, toward the close, on Monday toward the close, there was opportunity to make money there at the end, literally. But I mean, on the 15-minute chart, we saw that, and we took advantage of that. So here's what we documented that yesterday. I mean, even yesterday, every time now. So here's important for us, yeah, from a technical point of view. Every time that SPY has hit 418 and change, the stock has immediately came down. There was even a print yesterday exactly at that number, 418. So for the logic will dictate that there's something going on with that level. Either somebody's shorting that level, or they are just accumulating at that level, and at some point we will get resolution on that. The resolution will be the direction of the stock in regard to 418. So yesterday as well, the last 15 minutes yesterday, 418 14 all the way to 417.26, and we are starting at 417.76 today. So that 418 seems to be a major resistance so far. Why resistance? Because we have not been able to close above that. So a closing above 418 will definitely tell us that, hey, those were buyers. Otherwise, for now, that's a resistance on SPY on there, and we have to keep that in mind. So that could be an idea that, hey, if at 230 we are still below that level, we can feel very confident taking a short position on there, because that's being a resistance. There will be a high probability that we can only go lower from there. That's how supports and resistance they work, right? All right. So that's SPY. QQQ will be the one. I mean, starting today with the likes of Microsoft had earning yesterday. Google, Alphabet had earning yesterday, but they were in opposite direction, right? I didn't really pay attention. Those, I mean, Microsoft is not a big mover typically, but I'm not saying that you cannot make money on Microsoft. It's moving minus 2.29 at 255. Definitely, I mean, you can start trade it. But I mean, there are other stocks that are moving higher than that today. And as for Google, Alphabet, they were moving, at least as of yesterday, yeah, plus 5%. So actually, I don't mind messing around, just taking a wild trade on a stock like that. I mean, on Amazon or something. But definitely, you can go, let's say in this case, 200 points. Also, yeah, you have to at least 200 points in either direction, and trying to get very cheap contract for 5 cents, 6 cents. I like doing that. I've did that last time with Amazon, so you can do that here on Google. Yeah, I mean, it's maybe worth it. You can get a nice feel. 200 points, 150 points away from here. So that will be, let's say, 2600. 20 for the calls, and then in that vicinity, right? You can pick save or strike. The idea is just really to get lucky with one of those fields. So Google, don't disregard it on there. It could actually turn out to be a very profitable trade. I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to feature that on here. We have again a primary Gangster trade that's we are going to do here live with you. But definitely I will also throw in a bone, meaning a very small capital on Google. All right, the other ETFs here, it's IWM. Here's the chart of IWM, and this 15-minute chart. The daily chart looks something like this. I mean, it's intact. It doesn't have room on the upper Bollinger as we spoke about yesterday. So it spent its day mostly. I mean, at some point it reached 229 something. Yeah, at some point yesterday it reached 229, then came back all the way to 227. It was one of those wild days. I mean, it's just a waiting game on here for this. But the trend, you see the slope of the yellow line, exponential moving average 8, it's trending up. Yeah, it's just, will they let this stock continue riding the hot streak? So how many consecutive days of higher highs here? One, two, three, four. So if that trend continues today, I mean, above 229, that's 230 and the like. The previous all-time high here is 234.53. That's which was reached March the 15th. So let's see what happened on there toward the end of this week. We still have 3 days, folks. It's a long way to go. All right, so that's it for the ETFs. Oh, XOP, yeah, because for whatever reason, but I shouldn't, right? Actually, this week, really, XOP, okay, this is what XOP is operating. XOP is trying to become bullish again, literally, yeah. Yesterday, close be above exponential moving average 20, that's the green line. And the white line that you see there is the middle of the upper and lower Bollinger. So the middle of the Bollinger Band is the white line. It's also, I mean, it's represent, that's a natural barrier, resistance, right? So this stock hasn't done this since let's say March the 15th. So that's a signal on here from a technical trade point of view. Yes, we will say currently 79.26, above 80, definitely XOP become bullish again. We don't really trade XOP that much because it's the spread are a little bit funny since this stock was reverse split. So you can use the other or all stock. So this is oil and gas exploration ETF. So you can use Halliburton, you can use Oxy, you can use Chevron, CVX, you can use what's the other one? Zoom. And for the traders in our Discord room, our trade alerts, we have a bunch of those, right? So let me just, I mean, we can just remind traders of what we have on there. So yeah, we have HFC, we have XOM, Zoom, we have MPC, and we have CVX. Yesterday, I was almost tempted to take a trade on them, but it was sideways. I think Wednesday, on what? As time passes by, guess what? Options become cheaper. So for me, as a trader, we've always say that on here, trading weekly options, I want the market to be moving the most starting on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Why? Because the options become cheaper, stock moving faster, that's mean bigger gains, bigger returns. That's a little, it's not well, I don't know if it's a secret. We have explained that clearly here to some of the traders. So yeah, if you ask me, my preferred day to be trading are toward the end of the week because options are much cheaper. All right, so speaking of cheaper options, cheaper options. Before we look at cheaper options, we want first to look at stocks that are moving. And for stocks that are moving, for us, we come here on TradingView. Nope, on FinViz. That's FinViz that you are currently sharing, and we use these filters. Optionable over $20, and for volume, the average, this is the average daily volume. This is not the pre-market volume here, right? So the pre-market volume here, it's here on this last column. There's this stock that's Microvision. I do not know. I know it's part of one ETF that I discovered yesterday, but it has been moving a great deal this week. So breakout above that 20 level, all right? So again, reading a technical chart on here, we have a NASDAQ here since February, where the area of about all the way to 23, it went above that only one time, but definitely there's a clear line that was resistance for the longest of time for 2 months, February, March, and April is gone, folks. Yeah, April is gone. We're April 28 today. So when a stock is doing something new for the first time, that creates that bring more interest into it. So now the stock is trading this morning. Well, on was it Friday? Friday closed above 25 for the first time. Monday came back to retest the support, and now it is gapping up again at 22. So interesting on here movement on Envis. I haven't looked at its option chain to tell you. I mean, do it have monthly or whatever? No, I do not know. I do not know. So, other movers this morning, Shopify. I'm laughing because I was just studying something today, and then I went on Shopify website. So to see the stock here, the stock is it's worth $1,215. It had earnings. It had the earning this morning. So that's what's going on there. I'm not sure if we have it on our quant analysis document. I doubt it. I don't want to get away from this stock, pin interest. So we'll come to pin interest. That's the one that I'm circling as a gangster trade for us today. But Shopify is definitely moving on there if you want to study that. Oh, the other one that you furtively see so there, UPS. So we made money yesterday. Congratulations, folks. Yeah, I need to spend more time celebrating the successes here at successful trading. The successes here at successful trading. I didn't prepare that. Yeah, but the calls yesterday, the 205 calls. Notice, folks, way out of the money calls yesterday. Yeah, return. I have what's the highest that they went? I think those contracts went as high as $1. We got them for below. Was it 15, 12 cents or less, or even less? I do not recall, but it was a great trade. I didn't have time to review the trade yesterday, but definitely for us, we took those profit and we feature that in our Ganstar trading channel. So if you were with us yesterday, UPS was the main gangster trade yesterday. And where is sitting, folks? There's still movement onto it because this stock is trading way outside of the upper Bollinger. So could it be that it reversed like we saw MVSD do on the second day after gapping above an all-time high value? So there is still a trade left on UPS. Yeah, you can still money. We want to continue making money on UPS in either direction because when the stock start such a movement, we are to observe it throughout. So that was it for yesterday. Thanks. The screen was still on there. So and then we see Google on here. We talked about Google. So yeah, for Google to be able to employ the gangster strategy effectively, we need to go 150 points out in either direction. Here's AMD. AMD is a stock that moves. So hence that's going to be another one of our gangster trade. Yeah. So let's put AMD here. It's moving in the positive direction on here, up 4%. And we will, I mean, for some of you, we have shared the earning quants for AMD a long way. We are going to pop it again here. Also, on the we can toggle this then on the bearish side, pin interest minus 11%. We love when stocks are moving like this in pre-market. Yeah. That's why a stock that are moving. We are not saying that we're excited to make money. We don't know what pin interest could be here. Could pin here interest here could go all the way to minus 20%. We don't know, or it could reverse or whatever. But the fact that it's moving, drawing so much attention, 1.5 million shares in pre-market, minus 11%. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and do a live setup of our start trade on here. So let's start maybe with the easy. No, I already have the quant analysis here. Here's a quant analysis document that our traders they don't have. So meaning it should not come as a surprise that hey, we were going to trade pin interest, right? We have a summary table where pin interest is one of those that we will have circle at. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Last few earnings in the bearish direction, we see a lot of red. So okay, regardless of where the stock usually starts. So in the past though, when the stock has been so negative, it was the bullish direction that's prevail on day one. So here 2019 minus 16% proceeded to gain 8% between the open. This is the open to the high of that day. Yeah. So then minus 21%, 8%, minus 15%, 5%, minus 2.3%, 7%. So interesting. So we could potentially, that study is suggesting a potential reversal on here. So fantastic. So that's even interesting. Why is it interesting? Because the calls are the ones that are going to be cheaper to start the day here on pins. Yeah, because the puts, the stock is, trending down. The puts are the one that are going to be expensive. So for us, let's go here and pick uh, some strike price. That's how we set up against the trade, right? So let's put AMG aside and come back to it. So, and let me share my let me share the Power E Trade. I'm doing this live with you guys. Yeah, people always say, "Oh, this is live trading, right?" This is we are going to set up a trade here live. It doesn't get any live that. I mean, the market is open. The pre-market is open. The stock are moving. So, uh, all right. So, what do we want to consider here? So, this is the let's start with the call side. This is the option chain for this stock. It was trading yesterday at 77.58. That's 11% thereabout, $8 to $9 higher. So for us, if we are to say we are Wednesday, we have 3 days left. Average move of, let's say, $5 per day. That's 15. I mean, you can definitely tell me what's the ATR is on this. But for me, I just want to get a feel on here. So should this thing reverse 8% thereabout, we are going to be in the vicinity of 70, uh, yeah, $5 from here, 73, 74, thereabout. So let's see on here what type of strike price. So $15 from here, that will get us into the 80s. But I mean, this thing, it's really wild for us. Really, we just want to get any entrance on here. So I think the highest that I'm going to use is going to be, let's say, 80 for the call side. So if we take 80, we can take 78, we can take 76. Okay, yeah, so 76, 78, 80 calls, and we want to get this for 5-10 cents. Yeah, that would be great actually. If let's say we can get those filled on there, and then this thing, if it is to reverse, as the quant analysis has shown on past instances where when the stock has been down, perfect. And again, here at the beginning, the stock can dump really lower than 68, then that will make those calls even cheaper. Notice, folks, the implied volatility. I don't need to teach the implied volatility here, how it was 100 and something percent. Here's the implied volatility constellation. You should be used to it by now. Otherwise, I mean, that have not really been teaching that much. Here, this is the reason why we do not trade options before earnings, because of the implied volatility jack-up, and meaning that market makers make options super expensive than they should be before earnings, and after earnings they drop the implied volatility. So though I'm thinking that the 68 puts on here, they are going to pay, meaning that if, let's say, you took this trade, you had to put in, let's say, 70 cents. Well, let's take something in the money, the 69 or the 70. You had to put in $1.19 yesterday, and that's with some gusto, because, my friend, you could lose, you could have lost all of that more money, really. So because it's stuck there, what's the probability of this one moving 11% in either direction? I mean, uh, look at that quant analysis again. Sorry that I'm not on that screen, but let me read out the delta, right, of pin interest on its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 earnings prior to this one, since it has gone IPO. Minus 16%, plus 14.9%, minus 21%, plus 17%, minus 15%, minus 2%, plus 29%, plus 10.74%. So meaning that only once, 1 divided by 8, if I went to my school, is 12.5%. So you have a 90, no, that would be 88% probability of the stock moving double digits in either direction. So let's say you pick 10% move, and then in order for you to be certain, you will have need, because there's no telling the direction, right? I mean, how many times it has been negative 3 times, it has been positive, it has been negative 4 times, it has been positive 4 times. So it was a 50-50 in terms of direction, in terms of using this data to predict that. So and then buying calls and put 10% away, that will have, let's say, even for one contract, as we are looking at 70, right? 10% will have given you 70. So 70 puts the way $1 something. The 87 calls, I'm pretty sure they were $1 something as well. Let's check on here, and then from there, you yeah, they were about $1. The 87, they were about $1. So $200, and this morning you are winning on the put side. Those put side, I am not so. I mean, they're in the money, meaning more. Maybe they're gonna go to 100%. So you have been flat, folks. You will have risked $200 or thereabouts to be flat, because I can tell you that the 87 calls right now, we want, for us, we want to be buying those for pennies. So there, hence, even in a situation like that one, you will not have made money, even though the stock have moved forward. But for us, we like our chances better this morning, starting with a gangster trade here, where our risk gonna be way less than $200, and we want to be making just like yesterday on UPay. So that's what we teach you on here, and we use this data accordingly. All right, so very good on here. Let's take pick some strike price very quickly here for pins on the put side. The puts here, they are going to be expensive. We can tell that. So meaning anything yesterday, any strike price that we see on here yesterday, that was yesterday, right? So meaning, let's say even the 60 puts, yesterday they were going for 10-15 cents. Well, this morning the stock has moved $8 in the other direction. We will be lucky to have them, but that's where we're going to start. So we're going to do let's say 60, 58. Again, this trade, we are putting it on a Wednesday, right? We still have tomorrow, yeah, because multi-day momentum. So the quant analysis document that you have, it shows us, hey, the movement continuing even on the second day. So do not just think of the strike price that we are picking, that, oh, this is not just a day trade today. That trade, since is going to be a struggle, we just want movement. If that movement doesn't happen convincingly in one direction today, it could happen tomorrow, on Thursday, it could happen on Friday. So that's what for us, when I say 5 in terms of ATR times 3. So in that case, if we were to apply that on here, I mean, yeah, 60 is the highest. So we can start going at 55, 58, thereabout. So those are affordable ones within our limit of 10-15 cents. Nothing preclude you from buying on here when the market open and it declare direction to trade pin interest accordingly. So we want to get this 55, 58, 60. For the 60s, they're gonna be tough. I know that much. For 10 to 15 cents, yeah. I think between the 55 and the 58, we can find a grander. Let's make it maybe 56, yeah. So 56, 58, 60 for 10 to 15 cents. That's on pin interest. Let me just check on here. There is no question inside of the live chat. All right, so that's that trade under. The next one, it's AMD. So what does our document show us on AMD? AMD, it's one of the first one on here at the beginning. Okay, AMD always moves. The one thing that I can tell you is that AMD tends to move. The move today, whatever direction it goes today, tends, and then tomorrow is going to be the opposite of that. That's all. That's all I can tell you. What does this mean? That means that if AMD is bullish today, the quant analysis on here is suggesting that typically the next day is going to be bearish. So keep that in mind, meaning your puts. Those who usually ask, oh, what should I close my puts or anything? So if, let's say, we make money today on AMD on the call side, yeah, suspect that tomorrow it's going to be the other way around. So what type of move are we expecting on here on AMD? So I mean, AMD for 4% over the course of, let's say, 3 days. So 4% thereabouts is what? Let's say $4. So $4 from here, we're at 89 right now. So let's which one should we do first? Let's do the bearish side first. Yeah. So that will give us, let's say, 12, but really I like to start at 80. So the 80 puts on here, they're going to be they're going to be much cheaper than what this is showing yesterday. So let's target 80, 79, 78 puts on AMD, and we want them super cheap. So really 5 to 10 cents. With keeping in our mind that, hey, we know typically AMD will trade opposite the next day. So meaning that really, even at the end of the day today, we are to be setting ourselves up in that with that knowledge in mind. So that's AMD on this direction as it's continue gaining upward as we approach the opening here in the next 5 minutes. I need to hurry up, right, to get the trade. So here 90, well, 90, my friend, this is going to get us to pretty much start looking at the 100 of the like to be able to get, because the 100 calls yesterday, they were going for 14 cents, meaning today we will be, it will, though the implied volatility will come down, right? The implied volatility will come down. It will be a little bit difficult to get them for really cheaper than that. It's not possible. It's not going to be possible. So they're going to be going for maybe 30 cents or thereabout. But hey, we're going to put them in there. You never know. You never know. This stock is a crazy stock. That's just have wide range. So 100, 102, and 103, just because we want to increase our probability of getting in. So we want to get this for 10 to 15 cents. Yeah, that's reasonable. 10, 15 cents for 100, 102, 103. All right, folks. Hopefully you got all of this. I took the time to do this live with everybody. So AMD on the put side, 80, 78, 79, 80 puts for 5 to 10 cents. And on the call side, 100, 102, 103 for 10 to 15 cents. I will type them afterwards in the Gangster trade, but at least you guys, people here, you get to get that live. Thank you, everybody. I need to go reset my mind, have 5 minutes to enter those trades myself. Yes, because I do trade the very Gangster trade that I share with you here. Have a great trading session, everybody. Bye-bye.